If you have a creative passion, it only makes sense to try to make it your full-time job, right? For me, it's writing. Being part of a team of writers on a TV show is probably my dream job. I've done some blog and article writing. I did sketch comedy in college, and I've taken courses about writing pilot scripts for TV shows. But despite professing that writing is my dream job, I never really stuck with it. And I'm trying to figure out why. When I graduated college and started looking for a job, I actually looked into what it takes to be a successful writer for the first time and quickly realized that I was unqualified. So I just tried to get any job in media or anything writing related. But that's the short version. Before I accepted that reality, I tried to quickly sharpen my writing skills, and I was hoping I could win some contest or publish some short film and be discovered. That's a lot of pressure. So outside of taking a couple classes, I still have hardly seen a writing project through to a finished state. The thought that what I was creating had to be extraordinary made it really hard to settle on a concept, start writing, trust the process, and see it through to some kind of finished state, and then edit it to make it actually good. I had twisted this creative pursuit that was supposed to be fun, in theory, and made it the vehicle for my career and therefore my survival. The stakes were simply too high for it to be fun anymore. So I thought maybe people could relate to that, to juicing up the stakes of a creative pursuit. In theory, that is supposed to be fun to the point that it ceases to be appealing at all. In following my dreams, which is supposed to be a good thing, I put all my eggs in the one basket that meant that failing to achieve my goals would make my career and my whole life a failure. I could not bear the thought of giving 40 hours a week to a job that I didn't absolutely love, especially if I didn't feel like I was making any sort of difference in the world. But I realized that I was already doing that. Not so much the making a difference part. You try to be kind, you try not to flip anyone the bird in traffic. But no, I was working in media or writing-ish type jobs with the eventual goal of getting the job, working these jobs that weren't the job, and I was fine. So facing this perceived failure forced me to take the pressure off of equating my job with my life's work. The only options were to extend my timeline for success or curl up in a ball and cry. Plus, I really wanted to get a job so I could move out of my parents' house, so getting stable employment became the top priority, even if it wasn't the 100% perfect, amazing, fulfilling job of my dreams right out of the gate. I wish that then I could have this feeling that I do now, where it's like there is time. There's time. So I was forced to get more realistic, or I just learned what was more realistic. I gained a better understanding of the industry and what it takes to be a successful writer, which is a whole lot of time and practice and connections. It's real. So those first few years post-grad came with this learning curve that was not super pleasant to experience, but was kind of necessary for my creative and professional development. I also had to really interrogate why I was so set on this creative career path. And the reason I ultimately came up with was because of the importance that I place on media. Could be songs, movies, stories, paintings that communicate a feeling in a way that plain language doesn't. Sometimes you hear a line in a movie or in a song and it just hits. It could be something you've heard before, but because of where you're at in your life then, you're like, wow, they get me. Sometimes it touches on a feeling you weren't even fully aware you had, and you're like, oh, that's exactly what I'm feeling. Yes, that. Here. That experience of feeling seen and understood, especially for those emotions that we might not really like to talk about, is so important, in my opinion. It makes me feel closer to humanity, the knowledge that people have been dealing with the same stuff that I'm dealing with for our entire history. It can make you feel not alone. So that's why I like it. That's why it's important to me. That's why I think that I should do it. Creative stuff, that is. Because the ability of these media to convey an idea or ask a question using metaphor or allegory or symbolism can be so much more impactful and make someone understand or feel something or question something more than plain language does. So to answer my own question of why I simply must be a writer, it's in essence, it's connecting with people, which is the reason I made this video. Even if I don't have the skills or resources to craft a hilarious and moving answer to postmodern nihilism and crisis of meaning like Everything Everywhere All at Once, or to reckon with the enduring mountain moving power of love like Interstellar, I can still think about it and talk about it and throw out ideas and questions. And if doing this creative stuff is actually important to me, I should practice. At the end of the day, I think you have to walk this line of pursuing your goals and building the life that you want, self-actualization, with the knowledge that we're apes on a rock and the sun's gonna explode and nothing matters and you're perfect already. You're already carrying out your intended function. You're being a humaning, living life and laughing and crying and screaming into the void and demanding an answer and throwing that fit and picking yourself up and dusting yourself off and carrying on. So to bring it home, my priorities shifted to getting a job, and I did it, and it's a good job. Check, mission accomplished, survival ensured. So what's next on this journey of self-actualization is figuring out what I really want to do with my life. The dirty secret is you're already doing your life. All of which is to say that I took a step back from doing the creative stuff to focus on other stuff after I sort of ruined that process for myself. And after a couple of years of stop and go projects, I'm thinking that if this is actually something that I want to do, the creative stuff, I should realign my priorities and try to make it a bigger part of my life. Hence, YouTube channel. Low-key, I've wanted one ever since I was a kid, so here we are. I might not ever make anything as good as those early 2000s Minecraft videos, but we'll give it a shot. I'm not sure exactly what I'll be doing here or if I'll even stick with it. I was sort of feeling like I have to niche down and pick one particular type of creative pursuit and get really good at that thing specifically, and anything else would be a waste of time. But having the YouTube channel where I can get on here and talk about whatever I want or make whatever I want is a way of like tricking my brain to getting over that problem. It's all part of one big project, a little project called life. So that's what I'm up to. I got a few ideas knocking around up here, so who knows what I'll do next. If you're dealing with any of the stuff that I just discussed, I hope this video makes you feel a little bit better. You're not alone. You're not the only one going through this. Just be easy about it. Take it easy, like the Eagles. Take that immense pressure off yourself and realize that failure is not only inevitable, it's the only thing that will make us grow. You can pursue your dreams in a balanced way when you realize that you got your whole life to do it. And get ready for this one. Your track record for getting through the hard days is a 100%. I heard that from this guy Struthless or Struthless. I'll link to his channel in the description because he is one of the biggest inspirations for this undertaking and like my creative mindset in general as of late. Cool dude. You can handle it. You've got time. We got nothing but time. Take it easy.